All right, today we're going to go over how to multiply fractions. There's going to be 3 examples of this that the kids might see. The first one you're going to see is a whole number times a fraction, which would look something like this. 3 times 1/4. The first step for this is going to be to turn the 3 into a fraction, which is going to be simple. You're just going to stick it over a 1. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. It's going to be 3 over 1 times 1/4. Now that the 3 is a fraction, here's the good part. There's no common denominators. Woohoo! All we're going to do is multiply across this way. So 3 times 1 is going to give me a 3. 4 times 1 is going to give me a 4. And now I have 3/4. And this would have to be, we have to make sure that this is the simplest form. And each teacher has shown that a little bit differently. This isn't simplest form because the numerator is 1 less than the denominator, so I'm not going to go through it. The second example that we're going to do is a fraction times a fraction. The good news about this, so here's an example, is 1/3 times, let's say 3/5. That'll be fine. So 1/3 times 3/5. The good news is you don't have to do anything to it. You're just going to multiply across. No common denominators needed. You're just going to go across. So 1 times 3 is going to be a 3. 3 times 5 is going to be a 15. In this case, you have to make sure, just like any other time when we were adding and subtracting, that if you're working with fractions, you have to make sure they're in simplest form. This one's not. So in my class, we use the rainbow method. So we're going to simplify the 3 and the 15. So we're going to write the factors out of 3, and those are 1 and 3. We're going to write the factors out for 15. So you have 1 and 15, and you have nothing times 2 that gives you 15. You have 3 times 5 that gives you 15. They share a common factor, which means that these two can be divided by 3. And 3 divided by 3 gives us a 1, and 15 divided by 3 gives us a 5. So our answer would be 1/5.
Before you press record.
The next example is going to be a mixed number times a fraction. A mixed number is basically a whole number that's attached to a fraction, like 2 1/5 times 1/2. Now, with this, before you can start, what we're going to show the kids to do is they're going to turn the mixed number into an improper fraction. And to do that, basically, I'm going to draw this over here. You're going to take the 2, the 1, and the 5, and you're going to times the 2 times 5. So 2 times 5, that's going to give us a 10. And then we're going to add the numerator. So 10 plus 1 is 11. So this is going to turn into 11/5. Sorry about the extra line. We're going to put multiply, and we're going to bring down the 1/2. So now we have 11 times 1, because we're going straight across. That's going to give us 11. And we have 5 times 2, which is going to give us a 10. Now, this makes an improper fraction, which is okay. The students know how to turn an improper fraction back to a mixed number. What they're going to do is they're going to do the problem. This says 11 divided by 10. So we're going to take 11, and we're going to divide it by 10. 10 goes into 11 one time, and so I take away the 10, and I'm left with a 1 left over. It becomes a remainder. Since we're working with fractions, we don't have a remainder. Put the denominator underneath it. So our answer will be 1 1/10.